Collage, Unleashed, Paint, Bind, Stitch, Play, Tracy Batista. Unleash your creative spirit with freeform collage. Leave what you know about collage behind and take your artwork and creative expression into a world without limits, the unbridled world of Collage Unleashed. Discover Collage's playful side as you gather your crayons, paints and other favourite materials. Explore the freedom you had creating art as a child again. Okay, here it is, Collage Unleashed. So the thing that drew me first, I first came across Tracy Batista with her videos making paper and creating art journals. And let's go to the content. So there's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 chapters, and it looks like there's a variety of different techniques for you to do in each of the chapters. So she talks about playing every day, and the other thing I like about her books is the amount of colour that she uses, and it does encourage you to play. The only thing that I find is the different type fonts. There's so many different type fonts. For me it's a little bit distracting, but get past that and think about the projects that you're going to be doing. So she goes through a variety of different things that you can do, and you're encouraged to maybe set aside some time, because you have to, when you're doing things like dyeing, it's going to take more, it's more than a 40-minute or a 20-minute session. It's a few hours you're going to need to kind of, you know, from the setup to experimenting so widely. So here you're setting up the dyes, you're folding the fabric and doing that kind of method, you're scrunching and dip method, freezing dryer paper and splashing on dyes. So she goes through a lot of different techniques. Here we've got using crayons, and then she gives you alternative tools for painting. And as I say, for me, this is having all of these different type fonts is a bit, I like a bit more order. And then she gives you this says surface design on fabric, all the different examples of ways in which she has altered fabric or paper, and they're things that you can try. So let me just take number 13 here. Paper towels wet with dye placed between 2 pieces of drawing paper. So that's easy for you to think, okay, well, let me try and recreate that. And as we go through the book, there's a lot more things that you can try. And as I say, it's, you know, you have to spend a bit of time. So there's lots of different exercises and techniques that you can try. And I think it's almost like this is like a buffet of all the different things that you can have access to, and you need to kind of pull it out, because it can seem like an overload, but it's great that it's got so many different examples of ways in which you can add doodles, collage, paint, techniques, textures to your canvas or paper. She also gives you examples of, she's got her collage faces. So granted that this is dated, it first came out in 2006, and she's got some additional books as well that have come out since then. This is a nice one to have in your, lots of ways to doodle in different textures, on canvas, on gesso, making your own canvas paper, fabric collage, stitching on paper, stitching with a machine, and some fabric binding techniques, embellishing. Yeah, it's a full book with you feel full when you come out. And I think it's one of those ones that you have to just take it a step at a time and give yourself time to work on it and come back, look at the technique, see if there's any alternatives that you want to try. And at the back she gives you an example of some art journals and how they were made, and ways that you can finish. So you need some experience if you're using your, I would say this is for intermediate and advanced. There are some, there's quite a few beginner techniques that you can try, but where it calls for, say, a sewing machine to be filled with certain materials, you need to have an understanding of how to thread and attention. But that's Collage Unleashed.